Bryan, you wrote the book on Judge, literally. Check out 62 wherever you buy books. Is Judge even better today than he was in 2022?
I was prepared to say no because 2022 was such a special year, but then I dug into the numbers a little bit. Yes, he is, because if you look at his numbers month by month, he is outperforming everything he did in 2022. So yes, he had to do a lot of heavy lifting to make up for that rough month of April, but he has done that and more. He is playing video game type numbers here, and just he's the hottest hitter on the planet right now. So what he's doing is absolutely incredible, but at the same time, not completely surprising because we've seen this before from him. He can take this team, put them on his shoulders, and carry them to the promised land.
So it's funny, you were on the fence. I'm not on the fence. To me, Aaron Judge has been better so far this year than what we saw 2 years ago. Is he going to do it for the course of 162 games? Is he going to be able to stay on the field? That remains to be seen. But you see these slugging percentage numbers. We're talking about a slugging percentage around 700. And we haven't seen this, Sal, since the days of Barry Bonds. And what makes it even more remarkable to me is the idea with Aaron Judge. He is not getting a ton of pitches to hit. I know we were talking about it last night, saying, hey, don't pitch to him, don't pitch to him. I'm sure that opposing pitchers are well aware of the fact that, hey, we can't let this guy beat us. So for the one or two good pitches that he gets to hit, he doesn't get a base hit. He sends him a country mile, for goodness sakes. That's why it's more impressive.
Yeah, I would not give him a pitch to hit at this particular point. You are insane if you're like Bonds in 2004. And by the way, the big difference is Bonds was obviously cheating. Aaron Judge doing clean what we've never seen before. I mean, this is unbelievable, the type of run that he's on. Let's make the call to the bullpen and welcome in Britt Ghiroli. Britt, how did Judge turn it around after what was a brutal month of April for him?
There's a couple things, guys. I mean, everyone talks about him moving his hands a little bit, but I think when you dig into his approach, it's made all the difference. Back in April, he was really kind of selective, overly selective. He only swung at about 40% of the balls he saw, and that kind of maybe tells you that the oblique was bothering him a little bit. Guys who have oblique injuries say the last hurdle they have to cross is really swinging as hard as they can. When Judge is going good like he is right now, he's swinging at more like 45, 46, even 47% of the balls that he sees. So he's being more aggressive, and we know what happens when Aaron Judge gets a hold of a baseball. So a couple things are happening, but I really think health is the biggest factor for a guy like that. As Bryan said, he had to do ridiculous things to undo that month of April, but he's doing that, and I think he's going to get even more aggressive because guys who are in the zone talk about the baseball, and they say it looks like a beach ball. It really has to look like maybe 2 or 3 beach balls to a guy like Aaron Judge right now.
Yeah, and he's hitting out of the stadium like it's a tennis ball, crushing that thing. You know, it does bring to me validation for where we were questioning Judge in April. I know some people are like, oh, how could you question him? He's great. Yeah, this is exactly why, because in the whole month of April, he wasn't doing anything. And now he's playing like he's not human. You know, will he, Bryan, threaten the home run record that he had in 2022?
You know, Sal, first, there were people emailing me saying Judge needs to go to the minors in April. And, they've been very quiet lately, I've noticed. I'm not hearing from those same people. Judge, what he's doing right now is on pace with what he would have done last year if he didn't run into that wall in Los Angeles. And, you know, I'm saying this as somebody with a book out. By the way, Father's Day's coming up. 62. It's not as great if he hits 66 this year, but at some point he is going to challenge that record. And in that book, Mark McGwire is quoted saying he thinks that Judge will make a run at 73 one day here. So maybe that happens this year too. So let's see. But this is who he is. This is what he can do.